This is Troy again, Wisconsin Windigo, big water UAV for those watching on my channel. I'm going to go over one more thing that I'm working on this week, finalizing, and that is the green screen recording, or the green screen graphics. Let me rephrase that for the Windigo. So, I'll take you through one and how we do it. We'll go ahead, Davinci Resolve here. We'll open our animation tests. So where I have all my green screen timelines. And you can see here, I've got a bunch of these labeled in orange, the orange color, and these are complete with this year's players. Of course, I made this off last year's template and cleaned a few things up as far as some graphic problems that there were. And there's still some things to clean up in these, and I'll take you through the process of the green screen and how we make that. Since this is a goalie, to make things easy, I'm going to do another goalie here. I'll bring in Logan Rose. And you can see on the left-hand side of the screen is his green screen video. And so we're going to take our clip. We'll start it right there. Well, it looks good. And this is mainly used for player intros, and I run this during the intermissions and pregame as well. So we'll take a little bit of a clip here. We'll get to him right here. Back that off. Give it out and drag this in. And I mistakenly dragged the video in. We just want the video is what we want. So we'll go ahead and decompose this clip. And we are going to replace Max Beckford here, one of our great goaltenders from last year, and place Logan Rose in this position, and then we'll show you how the green screen works. So we'll bring Logan Rose in here, and you can see because of the length, I want to cut it off where I did. We'll go ahead and slide this over as well. Zoom in a little bit. Move it over. And now we'll do the green screen after we have extended this clip out with a freeze frame. And so we're going to go right to the end of that. Right there. Looks like a good spot. Looks like a good spot right there. We'll add a speed point. Zoom in a little bit. And then we'll add a freeze frame, which will take us out the length that we need. Go ahead and clip that in there, and we'll get rid of the would be the retime controls. So we're going to go ahead and go into Fusion with this clip. Open this in the Fusion page, Shift Spacebar, and type in Delta for Delta keyer, which is your green screen keyer, or actually any color you want to green screen. So you can see over the right here we've got the background color, and we are going to go ahead and select the dropper here, the color dropper, and slide this over until we got a right around the head until we looks like we've got a consistent, you can see the background changing here on the transparency, and we want to get this in here right around the head where I keep in some of the hair, and just till we get an overall consistent pick there. Looks pretty good. And then we're going to pick matte. There are certain things you can add in here, again, for more professional work. This, we've got a little bit of leeway with it, obviously. There's a pre-matte, a matte, fringe, tuning, and then finally your mask. So we're going to go ahead and look at the matte, which will be a black and white. The black color will be transparent. The white color will be not transparent. So we want to raise our threshold, which raises the green color that we had selected. And we want to make sure we're not impacting the hair too much. You can see it is a little bit if you focus up here. I'll zoom in a little bit. You can see as I change that threshold, pull some of the hair highlights out. And so we'll go back out here. Zoom in again. We'll bump it up just a little bit. Yeah, it's not really impacting it too much, the hair. Looking pretty good. And then we can go the other way, bring the high down, which should fill in some of the things we took out by raising the threshold in this green screen work. I'm not getting technical with the terms or anything by far. And you can see over here, there's a little bit of a splotch over on the lower left-hand side. We can go ahead and take care of that by clicking clean background. You can also restore fringe, which will bring a little bit of the hair back. You can add a blur to it as well. We'll go ahead and look at the final result here and see what it looks like. So I'm going to restore that fringe, and you can see what happens. Kind of pulls in a little bit. See what it does when you erode and dilate. Of course, that shrinks them down. We don't want that. You can blur. So it'll kind of mix it in, a little bit of blur. We'll go with that and see what the final result looks like against the background. And you can see if we go in this picker here. So what causes that, of course, is the green, the light reflecting off the green background is what causes that halo effect, but that doesn't look too bad. We'll go ahead and resize this viewer. There we are. That doesn't look too bad. We'll go ahead and play this back. Looks good. Looks good to me. All right. So what we're going to do, give a little transition at the front. Now, we need to change our player details. Logan Rose here wears number 31, which is great. He is 63170. He catches left. He is from Chicago. Illinois. All right, 63170. One other thing we need to change is our shading. We are getting rid of the black outline, the black shadow, I should say, and we're changing that to white because we get a little spillover behind the characters in this text, and it just doesn't look right. So we'll go back to this. We will change the name, Logan Rose. Okay, we're good there. So now we're going to bring in his headshot. So we want to copy Max's headshot and drag that over. And we will decompose this compound clip. We'll drag Max Beckford's headshot over. We'll bring in Logan Rose's headshot. So here is his headshot, and we'll line everything back up where it belongs. So now you can see Logan Rose's photo is much too large. So rather than tinker with it, all I need to do is Command C to copy the attributes from Max Beckford's headshot, and then Option V, and we want to place the video attributes, and that will shrink Logan's headshot. It should. We might have to bring it down just a little bit. I'm going to crop that top down just a tad. For some reason, his was a little larger and didn't line up accurately. Most of them do. We'll just go ahead and crop that just a tad. We'll crop the right side in just a tad. Now I wonder if Max's was a little bit different. Regardless, we can go ahead and delete Max's now. Now we're going to make this a compound clip. Again, new compound clip. Rose, Logan, create, and now we're going to take the attributes from this compound clip and paste them over to this compound clip, and it is going to put his headshot in the correct position where it belongs. If you look at Max is here, it puts it in the same position. So now we're done with this player as far as animations. So we are going to go ahead. I've got a compound clip bin in my media pool, so they're all there if I decide to use them somewhere else. We're going to go ahead and select everything in this player stack, if you will. We're going to go ahead, new compound clip, and we're going to call this Rose, Logan, PP for player profile. Now we're going to go ahead and take the transition that is at the end of every player profile. It is a zoom transition, or a spin transition, I'm sorry. We're going to option click, drag that over to the end of this. We're going to turn this clip orange to signify that it is this year's player, and we're done. We're going to take our sheet here and mark Logan Rose as complete. And then we do the same thing in the raw screen, green screen video. We put a green check mark there. So if we play through this, and we'll go ahead and go back a couple players just so you can see how these transitions work. Very nice. So once again, so that is how that works, the green screen work. I've got a few other players to work on. I'm not going to take you through the whole process, but that is the process of doing green screen. Some players are more complex, a little bit more difficult to green screen, especially if the green, again, is reflecting off of if the light's reflecting off the green screen back through their hair. You know, some of these players, and it seems to be more of an issue more with the players that have the brown hair or reddish hair. You can see one here that was particularly difficult. It's Logan Nicholas. Now, if you look at, I'll zoom in here since we're just talking about this. You can see he had the same thing, brown hair, the fluffier hair, unlike this. The light reflects back off the green screen, and that one was a little difficult to do. Now, the other thing you might notice is some of these players, take Logan Rose, he came through okay. Nicholas Logan, I would like to probably go back through here and brighten him up a little bit. So this is just kind of the first pass, and then I go through and just fine tune everybody basically. But I want to take you through this process. Same here, the sweater color, that sweater should be more black, and it's more of a kind of lighter gray. So I think I got to go in there and probably change the white balance. But anyways, this takes you through the process, a few more players to do, and then I will compile this and then place it in where it belongs in the at the end of the advertisement render, and at the end of the first intermission render, and then we salute all the players that are on the Windigo. So just want to give you a brief update where I'm at working on green screen. And anyways, that wraps up my behind the scenes. You saw me do a graphic earlier, and now I'm working on green screen, and then I'll start getting the ads and things together for this weekend's upcoming games. So appreciate you watching. Take care. See you later.